Hello, you guys. Good morning and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay on this morning. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm. Okay, so like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those great things. Okay. Also, if you want to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App. Okay. I wanted to do a short little video about um, an interview that I saw that CEO Jizzle did. You all know I be calling CEO Jizzle my little son and all that, and it's only because he's a young kid. He's a young adult, okay? And I see a lot of potential in CEO Jizzle. I think that CEO Jizzle has a lot of heart. And when I say that, I think he has a bleeding heart. I believe that CEO Jizzle, I kind of, watch people in the background, their interviews and stuff. I do believe that CEO Jizzle has a heart to care. And if he was one of those ones to come up, because he's got the talent, he's got the look, and all of that, I do believe that he would help a lot of other young men without um, dangling their life on the line. You know how some of these ones have been sending, these dudes on missions, like straight dropping them with sent on missions. If you go and take out this person, then I'll give you all the riches and the glory, right? And so just like the devil did Jesus. I think I kind of reference that a lot because it's so true what is happening in the industry with a lot of people. That's why I could appreciate what Young Doc was trying to do. I referenced the scripture when Jesus was in the wilderness and the devil tried to tempt him because he fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. And if he told Jesus if he would break his fast and all of that, he would give him all the money, all the riches, and all the glories. He would give him the world, And Jesus told the devil, Satan, we shall not live just by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. Okay. And so we kind of see that in the industry. And I think that's why what Young Dolph was doing was so important, what he was grooming. The same thing happened with Straight Drop. Okay. Straight Drop was promised that he would get a record deal, he would get riches. They had already started giving him all types of you know, features with Moneybagg Yo's artists. He was promised a deal with CMG. He was given some money. They told him he was going to be the next big thing on CMG. All he had to do was unfortunately end the life of a young man who had children, who had built wealth for himself, who had a family, who had a life, right? And they tricked him out of his position. And that's the same thing that the devil tried to do to Jesus. So it's been happening since the Bible days. And so I feel like CEO Jizzle is one of those ones. And I'm not saying that he's innocent because I always say he's a bad little boy. But I believe that CEO Jizzle, none of us are innocent. Young Dog wasn't innocent. None of us are, right? But I don't think that they were evil. It's a difference in not being um it's the difference in not being um innocent and being evil. I don't see them as being evil. I think they truly care. And the mere fact that he has the talent, right? And I don't talk about him as much as I used to because I didn't want to bring it seems like when you start bringing attention to someone who has talent, who has the let's see, what's the word that I'm looking for? Who has the presence to command a lot of attention, right? Um, at some point, it seems to me that people were trying to get them up out of here, right? And CEO Jizzle definitely has that. And so he was interviewing, he was on another vlogger's channel. And I actually like the vlogger. I think about the videos, he's very talented. He's actually a videographer and but my eyebrows kind of went up sometime back when he had some people on there. But this videographer, I think I've had been one of the ones to say, we should start supporting him, instead of us, um constantly uplifting a lot of these other interviewers. Let's uplift him. He's trying to build something. He's very talented. He's done videos for Young Dolph, I do believe. I saw where his name was on some of those videos. I know he did a lot of, even back in the day when he was doing videos for Rich Lord. Those videos were he was very talented. Those videos were very professional. So he's very talented. And so now, he have people to come in, like on the couch or something like that, and rappers, and he interviews them. But I remember, when some people was on there, and that's before all this stuff started coming out, as it relates to Straight Drop, and they was telling him how Straight Drop was having his way in jail, and it was kind of like he was perpetuating that, and a lot of people kind of as if he was celebrating that. And this is a young man that had been accused and has been now convicted of taking out another mogul in Memphis. So a lot of people were surprised with that. They're not saying, that he should have taken sides, but it was almost like he was celebrating this man who had taken out young Dolph having his way in jail. And I think people had, then it was having Young Dolph's artists on, and I understand, they say you're supposed to be neutral. Okay, I guess. Anyways, I saw Jizzle on there last night, okay? And hey, they all mess with each other. I'm not saying that they should. This is strictly my opinion, okay? Based on what it was that I saw, okay? And Jizzle started talking about, I'm not gonna play the video. Jizzle started talking about Nelly, right? He started talking about Nelly, and because he brought up Nelly, and I don't know if that vlogger is originally from St. Louis. I don't know. But I do believe that he's living in Memphis, I think. And so anyways, he um he asked him, was he trying to be like Nelly? And he started talking about Nelly. And Jizzle went on to say, I think I've met him or been to his studio or something like that. And he said, yeah, because Nelly is like to St. Louis what Gotti is to Memphis. Okay, we know that CEO Jizzle hangs around and has definitely expressed his affection for Young Dolph, his loyalty for him, and some of his artists that he's with. We see him around Kenny Money, who is definitely a loyalist of Young Dolph, and for him to say that to him, and for him to have that type of a platform, what is got it to Memphis, young man that did the interview? Because we don't know of anything that he's done other than participating in taking out another mogul. Had a consistent pattern of his artists trying to take him out. And I'm happy, I could tell, I don't like when people do stuff like that. I don't know if he was trying to get a rise out of Jizzle or, but it wasn't right. Okay. It wasn't right. And I'm sure he knows what Jizzle is to how Jizzle feels about Young Dolph, right? And for him to say that, but Jizzle didn't, he held his composure. Either way, if he was trying to get a rise or what, I don't think it was right. And for him to have such a big platform and for him to put that into the atmosphere, that was kind of low down, especially since we all see what has happened. It was televised and all of that, with the city of Memphis being in such a ruckus because of what these people at that label did. For him to say something like that, and it ain't the truth. He has the right to think whatever he wants to, but he knows that it's not the truth. Um, it's definitely cold-blooded, right? Especially with someone who he knows is a Young Dolph loyalist, right there with him. For one, I had to call it out, okay? And I ain't trying to take from the young man because I think that he's talented, but he has definitely, done some things that is questionable. Hey, I'm not saying that he doesn't have a right to do it, but because he has a right to think whatever he wants to. But I think, to express that, especially with a loyalist there, that was cold. Why were you trying to do that? We know that people from over on CMG. They're always over there letting him interview them. Did he do this for them? That was cold blooded to do that, especially, if he had said it, nobody probably would have even thought about it if it had been with anybody else, but somebody that is a Young Dolph loyalist. And then you sit up and you already know that what they did to Young Dolph was wrong. Okay. So, and then you've done business with Young Dolph. So, hey, that was kind of cold, you know. But hey, Jizzle kept his composure. That's why I know Jizzle is definitely he's a leader, and I do want to see Jizzle do well. Like I said, he's the next big star in Memphis. I really want to see him grow into that because God has already given him everything. God gave him the look, He gave him the charisma, and He gave him the talent. And I think now what has to happen is the growth as far as the growth as far as his fitting into that character because that takes a lot, right? He has to grow into that, and once he do, all he got to do is make up his mind. He'll be a force to be reckoned with. I really believe what they thought Straight Drop was going to be. That's what Jizzle is going to be. And Straight Drop wasn't as talented as Jizzle. He was a handsome young man. He they say he had the charisma, and definitely could have had. They could have marketed him to the young ladies because wherever the young ladies are, the men are gonna come. My little boy got the everything it takes to pull that type of audience out, and that's why I say I understand that because he's the same age as my kids, that they have to grow into that because with that comes a lot of responsibility. He'll really have people gunning at him. And so I hope that he can get around the right people and let them mold him into that, right. That's why I was saying I wish that Daddy O would take him up under his wing or whatever, because like I said, I saw it from the very beginning, and I still believe that CEO Jizzle is next up in Memphis. He's got exactly what it takes. But for that interviewer to do that, I ain't mad at the interviewer. I have to call it out because oftentimes when people are talented, and he is talented, and I still want to see him do well, you know. Um, they won't call stuff out, but I'm gonna call it out. Okay. I have to let people know I see you, dude. I see you now. You moving a little weird, but I see you. But it don't take away from your talent. I still want to see the brother be as big as he can be. But he was wrong for that one. He was wrong for that one. When I'm wrong, I want people to call me out. Okay, if I'm really wrong, because sometimes people try to call you out and you don't be wrong. Okay, but if I'm really wrong, but anyway, shout out to CEO Jizzle, okay, doing his thing, and we got to continue to support him, and we're ready for him to drop his album and stuff so that we can promote him, see him do well, and I do believe that he's got the heart, he's got the spirit of Young Dolph. Once he starts to um, get his riches and all of that, I do believe that he has what it takes to give back to the city that helped him. Right? Most people, you got to be a barbaric dog to grow up in a city and then not have any empathy, no love for the people, send hits and all of that. Cause a ruckus and do stuff like that. That's a barbaric some. Okay, something straight up out of a cave off of the Animal Planet or channel or something like that. But a lot of these animals have more empathy and got more sense than some of these damn humans. So, anyways, you guys, I wanted to talk about that. I got to get ready to go, but I definitely want to say that shout out to CEO Jizzle. Y'all make sure y'all go and follow him on Instagram and stuff. And Jizzle, we rooting for you. Okay, his mama came over into my chat one time. I did a vlog on him probably like last year. And I looked in my comment. She was in my chat for a long time. She came into the chat and she said, I did a video saying he's the next star because I saw it all over him, right? And then she was like, I birthed that star. I said, it's good when you have, she was saying that she was praying for him to get the best deal and all of that. She's been continuously praying for him on that. And it's good to have a mother that prays for you, okay? So everything is a process and it takes time. And I do believe that he'll get there. He will, And like I said, somebody had told me, it was actually D-Mon. She said, Tam, you talk about Jizzle a lot. And she said, I've been paying attention. You don't think you're causing trouble to him by bigging him up? Because it seemed like they was. And then they turned around and popped him at the what you call at the FedEx Forum. I mean, it seems like is going on when these young men have what it takes to go all the way up. Folks was wanting to take him out, okay? But he survived, right? God gave him another chance, which means he definitely has a mandate on his life, right? It's something that he's supposed to do. As I said, he has what it takes if God can trust him with he gave him everything. He gave him all the gifts. He gave him everything that he needed to succeed in the field that he is in. Everybody don't have everything, but that child does. So evidently, God must have felt like when he was even born that he could trust him. So now he has to catch up with that. And let me just say this before people start coming into my chat, because I've had people say, "Well, you don't know, you act like that boy ain't no demon." Well, I have to go back to the scriptures. Y'all gonna have to leave me alone, because I like CEO Jizzle as a nothing else, because he's young enough to be my damn son. Because see, you bitches feel like, and not y'all, I'm talking about the sickos, okay? When I start bigging up a child, she must like him. I do like him. I do like him. I do believe that CEO Jizzle is up next. I don't like him for what y'all freaks talking about. That's a child up under me. Okay. But before y'all start talking about, well, he this, he that, he ain't innocent. Well, I don't know anything about what CEO just has done. I ain't never heard nothing about him. Uh, you know, I, other than he trolls quite a bit. It's funny to me. Okay, he kind of trolls, but all of them troll. Other than that, I don't really know a whole lot about when people talking about he doing stuff in the street. And the only thing I can say about that is that God changed God changed Saul name to Paul. And look at everything that Paul did, okay? Don't even come for me, and don't even try it. Because I like it. When I like people, you can't get me to say go on, just go on with your life, okay? Keep going. But anyways, you guys, I appreciate you all tuning in. I gotta get ready to go. I know I've been on the go a lot, y'all. I've been working, I've been on the go, and I've been trying to do as many videos as I can, because I got to go into training next month, and I don't know how often I'm gonna be able to get on here. Probably hardly ever, unless I pre-record my videos. Okay, so we're trying to spend as much time as we can together, right? But anyways, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App.